In this example, we're going to see how the capital asset pricing model, the CAPM, can be used to estimate the expected returns of a portfolio. So recall that the CAPM says that the expected return of a portfolio can be decomposed into two pieces, the risk-free rate and the risk premium, where the risk premium is given by the beta of the portfolio times the expected return on the market minus the risk-free rate. And so recall that beta is a measure of this portfolio's systematic risk. It essentially measures this portfolio's sensitivity to market fluctuations. And so the first thing we want to do in this question is to calculate the betas of our underlying stocks. And so recall that the beta of stock I is equal to the correlation of that stock with the market times the ratio of their standard deviations, the standard deviation of the stock divided by the standard deviation of the market return. So in this case, the beta of stock 1 is going to be equal to its correlation with the market, which we're told is equal to 0.4, times its standard deviation, 0.2, divided by the standard deviation of the market, which is 0.16. And this is equal to 0.5. So that's the beta of stock 1. We can do the same thing to calculate the beta of stock 2. Its correlation with the market is equal to 0.6. Its standard deviation is 32%, 0.32. And we divide it by the standard deviation of the market. And this gives us a beta of 1.2. So now that we have the betas of our underlying securities, we can calculate the beta of the portfolio. And so remember that beta has this really nice property that the beta of a portfolio is equal to a weighted average of the betas of the underlying securities. So in this case, the beta of the portfolio is going to be equal to the weight on stock 1, which we're told is 50%, so 0.5, times the beta of stock 1, which is also 0.5, plus the weight on stock 2, 0.5, times the beta of stock 2, which is 1.2. And so the beta of our portfolio is 0.85. And so now that we've calculated the beta of our portfolio, we can plug everything in to our equation for the CAPM, and we can use it to calculate the expected return on the portfolio. So in this case, the risk-free rate is 3%. The beta on our portfolio is 0.85. The expected return on the market is 9%. And we have to subtract the risk-free rate. And if we calculate this expression, we find that the expected return on the portfolio is equal to 8.1%. And so under the CAPM, the expected return of this portfolio would be equal to 8.1%.